Hello, everyone. My name is George Lopez. A quick question. Have you ever had a life changing event? Because I have. This event brought me into a passionate, vivacious community, the world of football. It's become very big in my family, as well as many others around the world. It's a lovely sport. It brings millions of people together. Now, the event that had a great impact in my life and drew me into football was the 2014 World Cup. And I'm here to tell you about my experience with this event and why it was so impactful. Now, first off, it introduced me to the sport, which would later become a huge passion of mine. The World Cup is the biggest sporting event in the world, and I'm sure you've heard of it before. But if not, it's an international football tournament between the male national teams, which only occurs every 4 years. Now, why is it so popular? It's because it unites millions of people together to all come and celebrate. Now, football, being one of the biggest sports in the world, has become a huge part of some countries' culture. So having the opportunity to see your home country compete is super exciting. It brings so much emotion your way. Thrill, excitement, pressure, sometimes sadness, and sometimes joy. Now this World Cup occurred in 2014. I was only about 7 years old at this time, and my dad was a huge football fan. He was always watching games and celebrating in the living room when his team scored goals. I was more focused on playing with toys or watching cartoons. No, I didn't know what football was at this time. See, hearing him scream at like that at 35 years old, I thought he was crazy. It wasn't until one day, though. My family visited my aunt's house to watch a World Cup game, and I remember everybody being super invested, crowding on the TV, and are rooting for Mexico, which was our home country. Now, that game was the earliest memory I have of football in general, and that's when I had been introduced to the sport. And you better believe I loved it. It looked like so much fun. I was locked in at first sight. So, my dad isn't crazy after all, I thought. Watching football back then, I was in love with the sport. So much, in fact, that same year I joined a little league team. I wanted to become a professional player. I started watching more games. I bought merchandise, posters, jerseys, stickers, everything you can think of. I was considered a super fan. Now, fast forward to present day. I no longer play for a team. I've become too busy with school and other stuff, but my love for the sport has not gone anywhere. I'm still watching games. I'm keeping up with scores. I still have merchandise, jerseys, posters, things like that. Now, this event, I believe, has changed my life. Soccer or football has become a huge part of my life and who I am as a person. Without football, I don't know who I'd be, and I don't know what I'd be passionate about. I've made so many friends from football. I've developed so many new relationships. I've gotten closer to family members because of the sport. And I feel everybody should get the chance to experience it. It's life changing. And I want to thank my parents for even being involved with football. Families from past generations were big soccer guys, I hear from my dad. And getting it passed on to me, and I'm going to pass it on to my children. I am so grateful. I love this sport with all of my heart. It's a big part of Mexico's culture, too. Being a part of this community is so great. The people are so lifelike. They bring so much energy when it comes to football. And I don't know who I'd be without it. I cannot say that enough. This event, this World Cup, to me, changed my life. And I thank you guys for listening. Hopefully, you've picked up something from this speech. I want to thank my family and everybody else in this football community. We all come together to celebrate this sport, and it's one of a kind. Thank you.